Hello, everybody. We have Maya today with us. And Maya, in two sentences, what was your business idea and how does it change the world?
My business idea is to help architects win work with words and to help architects to market themselves better without feeling um, they are not very, without feeling uncomfortable selling themselves. I want to help market architects better so they can win more work, they can work with better clients, and they can work on better projects. And of course, that they can get paid better.
Uh, but what was the moment when you went from this is the idea and you said, okay, let's make it real, let's uh, do business with this? Was that some moment, a person? What was the trigger?
Um, well, I used to be an architect. I worked as an architect for over 13 years. Then I changed my career path, went into social media, went into marketing, started helping different businesses with social media and marketing. And eventually I came to the point that I wanted to join two worlds together, the world of being an architect in the past and the world of being a marketer in the present. And I decided I want to help architects to basically promote themselves better. Um, and because in one way I miss the world of architecture, and I think that was a perfect combination of bringing two worlds together.
Great. So how did you start? How did you start with execution? Alone, with friend, with mentors? Uh, because I think people have different paths how to achieve. Because I think the start is the hardest thing. Uh, when you're in the business for some time, you can learn some new strategies, some new paths. You can try something, but at the start, everything is new.
Yes. So this wasn't planned, right? I was an architect, and then when I got my kids, my husband working long hours, I also work long hours. I decided one of us has to stay at home and raise the kids because I didn't want to hire a nanny and have a nanny to raise my kids. So I decided to stay at home. And while I was at home with my kids, I wanted to do something, and I came across a social media marketing course for moms, which I didn't have a clue about social media, but I was a mom, so that spoke to me, and I took the course.
Mhm.
That was my first education getting into a new world, a new career path. Then
Mhm.
I started helping like different businesses with their Instagram accounts.
Mhm.
From there, I started reading marketing books. I started to be more and more intrigued, and until I read Story Brand by Donald Miller book, where
Mhm.
it totally changed my perspective of how we should approach marketing. That basically we should put our clients first, not just at the meetings where we talk to them, but also in our writing, in our branding, in our content everywhere, websites. I
Mhm.
said I really like that, and I really connected with that. So from that point on, I took different courses. I read lots of books. I went through like coaching sessions until I ended up in this amazing community where I met you as well with
Mhm.
Yasmin Alic.
Mhm.
So constantly through years, I learned new things. I implemented new things on my business and on the clients I worked with. And now I came to the point where I want to put my knowledge into the art to architects and help them, with where they are and make their businesses better.
Excellent. Now, before we go to your offer, what would you do something different, or what would you advise for your younger self be if you start again? I don't know, 10 years younger.
What I would definitely say to myself is don't wait until everything is perfect, because
Mhm.
I know that many times, I wanted to create an offer or create a product or create a website, and I didn't want to publish it or go on with it until everything fell in place.
Mhm.
So, for example, I created these online programs, and I thought, when I put them and promote them, architects will come and they will buy them and they will learn from it. And it didn't go that way. They
Yeah.
weren't interested. So
Mhm.
don't start something. I mean, you should start something before you are ready, because when you start something, you will learn so much more, you will develop so much more, and you will grow so much more, and you have no idea which direction things going to go. So
Mhm.
don't wait for everything to be ready, just start. That would definitely be my um, first, very useful advice to my younger self. Just start, and things gonna develop. You will learn much more than if you just wait until everything is perfect and ready.
Great.
Yeah.
So at the moment you are somewhere, you have some offers, and they could be totally different in a few days because you are growing and you are learning and you are thinking of new things. So, but let's get straight. What are your offers today? If
So
I am an architect and I want to work with you, what? How can you help me?
yeah. So as I said, I work with architects, and I can help architects in two ways. One way is if an architect is on LinkedIn and they want to get more leads on LinkedIn, and they want to optimize their profiles, they want to create better content that people engage, they want strategies, they want to know how to use LinkedIn in a way that it's going to bring them more leads. That's where I help. That's one of my offers.
Mhm.
And the second offer is I help architects with their website copy, but not just website copy. I help them with a website copy that is story led. So I focus my writing on storytelling.
Mhm.
So it's always put clients front and first,
Mhm.
and then bring architects in as the guides who can help to guide a client from where they are now to where they want to be. So it's not about architects all the time, about we, but
Mhm.
it's talk about clients, bring client in first, make clients connect with the words on the websites and see themselves in the stories that architects tell on their websites. So it's websites, copywriting, and project descriptions, which can be turned into stories, because also project descriptions which architects have on their portfolios are usually just very architectural or technical. And
Mhm.
I change that into stories where clients who read those descriptions see themselves in the projects and can feel something.
Right, because I think that good architects, some people who have skills, but they are distinguished from the others. They are not mediocre. The, uh, uh, Basically, should have their word in the right way, so people will see the real value of their work. Because not just through their I don't know, architecture and speaking for themselves through the work, but also through words.
True, because you have so many good architects who do great job, and if you see lots of websites, they're gonna have great projects there. So
Mhm.
how do you choose between three architects when you see the projects that are, let's say, residential projects? They all do great. Um, they're all amazing. It's going to be something that creates that personal connection, that
Mhm.
creates trust, and that shows the value that that architect can bring to me, for example, if I go and search for architects.
Mhm.
So I know lots of architects use lots of pictures, but the words come in second because
Mhm.
they just need to be there. But words have power. Storytelling has power, and
Mhm.
that creates emotions and connections with people. It always did through years and years of our
Mhm.
history.
Yeah.
So
So I think the architects and their clients deserve to get better understanding of each other, and uh, I don't know, their views or their approaches and things like that. And this is much easier through words because just pictures, yes.
definitely, yes.
Yeah, great. So if I want to work with you and I need both of these, how much of my engagement would you would be required, and how much time does this project last, and how much is my investment?
Okay, if we talk about website copywriting,
Mhm,
um, we would meet on a phone call. We would see where you are, what you need. So that would be, let's say, about an hour. And
mhm,
then I have lots of questions that I need to learn from you. So I can use that as my copy, which would take probably around another hour and a half. And
mhm,
then I take all that information and I write a copy. So that's your involvement. And then after it's done, we go through it and we make revisions until everything is perfect. So with the copywriting at the beginning, on architects, yes, I need involvement, but then it's all down to me until the last bits when I need the feedback. Um, if we talk about LinkedIn program, then I need more involvement
mhm,
from an architect. And also depends if the architect wants to give everything to me and I create a profile, I optimize the profile, I write posts. That's less involvement from the architect. Still, we need to, meet, have sessions. I need all the information I need.
mhm,
But if the architects want to put everything on me, that's, I do most of the things. If an architects want to run their own LinkedIn, want to write their own posts, then my involvement, it depends on how much help they need from me, but it's less involvement. So for example, if they would write a post, if they want me to check the post, I would check, I would suggest how they can make this stronger. If they want me to optimize the profile, I can make suggestions how we can do it. We do it. They need to put in work, so that's more involvement. So it just depends where they are, what they need, and where they want to be. um, but I would say in general less involvement in the copywriting, more involvement in the LinkedIn, but also depends what they need.
mhm.
So those
So
discovery calls at the beginning, they create more clarity of which way we need to go.
to go. Yeah. So if I want to be present and get better clients, more clients, or rise my prices as an architect,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, do you suggest to go both ways with the web page and with LinkedIn presence?
I would, because unless you have lots of traffic that comes, I don't know, from Google to your website, and
Mhm,
that website starts converting into clients, then okay, maybe not. But if you're not getting traffic to your website, and also for your own visibility, I would definitely suggest to be present on one social media platform. Like,
mhm,
I would suggest LinkedIn because it's it's a professional, business networking platform.
mhm,
And from my experience, you can create really, really powerful connections there.
mhm,
um, I'm not using Instagram anymore, definitely not Facebook, so I can't talk about that. I don't
mhm,
know if architects can get clients from that, I can't tell, but definitely I would go with LinkedIn, because from
mhm.
my experience, the best clients I got were from there, and the best connections I made were on LinkedIn.
Great. So what do you think is the biggest mistake that architects do when they wants to get better clients and more clients? And the second question, what are the biggest mistakes that people like you, so I mean entrepreneurs, do with their jobs?
So with architects, I would say they don't do any marketing.
Mhm.
They believe that, if they do great work, that's enough.
Mhm.
Because still, most of architects, they get work from word of mouth. Now, if that really works for you and you are getting projects constantly, the projects that you love to work with and the
Mhm.
clients you love to work with, then that's fine. That's amazing. And continue doing what you're doing. But
Mhm.
in most cases, that's not the case. You get projects through word of mouth, but what I experienced when I was working as an architect, you get projects through word of mouth that are not really projects you necessarily want to work on, but
Mhm.
you take them because you have to pay bills, but they don't satisfy you. So I think that's one of the mistakes that, just depending on word of mouth and not doing anything for your visibility,
Mhm.
for your promotion, for your marketing. Um, and from my side is, I think, as I said, um, just not trying to make everything perfect, but just go and do it and start doing it. And because when you start doing things, when you start implementing consistently, it's unbelievable where, you know, things can take you.
Mhm.
Um, and yes, I saw that, like, on LinkedIn, when you consistently, create content, you engage, you meet people, and it's the opportunities they open. It's really good, and you can't expect. But you need to be consistent. You need to put work in it, and
Mhm.
I've done this before. I started something, but in a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months, it didn't produce any results, and you think, oh, I'm wasting my time. But these things are not like um, won over the night. They're not created over the night. It's building up into something that creates then wins. It's not a sprint, like they said. It's a marathon. You have to be consistent. You have to be there all the time, and you have to be you.
Yeah. I like that. I was thinking about the quote that I think they contribute to Thomas Alva Edison when he said that with 1,000 mistakes he made,
Yeah,
he doesn't make 1,000 mistakes. He made just 1,000 tries how to not do that in the way that
yeah,
doesn't work. So would this be also the best advice, the best business advice you received? To just go and start and don't wait to be perfect.
yeah. I think I definitely believe so. I mean, I'm not saying that you go and do something where you don't have a clue what you're doing. You
Mm-hmm.
still have to have knowledge, and you have to have, if you want to
Yes,
do something, you need to know what you're doing. But
start with something. Yes.
yes, of
Yeah.
course, you can't just go and I don't have a clue. But from, you need to start. You start, and then you will learn. And what I also always do, if I start something new and I don't have experience before,
Mm-hmm.
um, I will always over deliver it. I would always put 110% into what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, I grow, I learn, and the client is always, positively surprised because I over delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, just start, and when you fail, if you fail, you learn from it, you take it, and next time, you're gonna do it better.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah,
like my best business advice is similar. It's your first 100 videos will suck.
yeah,
And that's the same point. You just start and you do the repetition, and you're getting better and better, and you don't have you don't uh, you have to not mind being uh, bad at the beginning, because you will be bad
Yeah,
at the beginning of everything. Yeah, great.
yeah.
Uh, was there some business advice that was really bad, that people think, okay, this is really good advice, but it doesn't work for you?
Um, Interesting question. I think it's still people say, and it works for people, like go and cold sell, um, which for some people it works.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I tried,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to have a little bit of relationship with somebody before I go and offer something.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. I wouldn't say necessarily that's a bad advice, but maybe it just doesn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was a few months ago where I saw this. There was some exchange of comments with the person saying, you know, how you would win any business if you don't just go and sell. It doesn't matter if it's cold selling or warm selling, but even if it's cold selling, you need just to go and sell. And I was like, yes, but it's easier to sell to somebody when you have a relationship and you build some trust.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think that would be that advice, which it's not necessarily bad advice, but it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't feel very comfortable.
Okay.
And if
Uh,
I would go there, if I would cold sell, I would definitely bring out a very good value for a person that I'm selling. So they would see, we can try this out, we can see even more value. And then if they decide to go um, forward, they would go with it because they saw the value I can provide and they can see that they can get even more out of it.
mhm. So, what surprised you most in the entrepreneurial journey? What was something that you expected to be totally different that then turns out?
I thought that when I'm gonna, start my own business, I'm gonna be by myself. I'm gonna work by myself. I'm gonna do everything by myself. But especially when I started using LinkedIn more consistently, more often, I met so many people and I started collaborating with people. So now it doesn't feel I'm by myself, even though I work from home.
Hmm.
I don't feel I'm like isolated from the world because I have so many connections and conversations on LinkedIn or meetings on on Zoom calls from people who I met that I actually don't feel I run my own business, but I still have a community of people who I can ask for advice or talk to or exchange whatever. And that was the biggest surprise because I thought, I'm just gonna do my stuff. I'm gonna, try and get clients, and that's it. But it's a different world. I really love it. So I
Hmm.
don't miss that much like going into the office and be with people because actually I am with people, even though it's online.
Hmm. Great.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think we missed something about your offer. How long would it take you to prepare me a web page, the words and things like that, and how much time do you suggest we do LinkedIn to be efficient, to get some traction and to get some results?
Hmm. So for a website copy, if it's my main offer, which is like homepage, and then 4 pages of whatever architects would like to have,
Mhm.
it would take 2 to 3 weeks,
Mhm.
and then additional pages would take more.
Mhm.
But that's 2 to 3 weeks. And if we talk about LinkedIn program, also depends what they need, but I would say 6 to 8 weeks is the program.
Mhm. And how many times during these weeks do we interact daily, or
No,
how
we would
frequently?
we would meet once a week. If we talk about LinkedIn program, once a week, and then we will go through what has been done.
Mm-hmm.
There would be some learning sessions and then some homework. So it
Mm-hmm.
would be once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And for copywriting would be, like I said, at the beginning, we meet a couple of times to get everything done. So I have all the information that I need. Then I
Mm-hmm.
start by writing. And if I need more information, I would just connect and ask questions. But that would be about it. And then when I would finish with copywriting, we would again meet. I would send all the information. We would go through and then get revisions done until everything is perfect and ready.
So, by your experience, how much time would take to for me to get some interesting connections or offers or clients if we start working with on LinkedIn?
If you are consistent with engagement and consistent with posting, it doesn't have to take a lot of time. As long as you know who is your ideal, audience, who is your ideal client, you
Mm-hmm.
start connecting with those people, you start engagement with those people. And as soon as you get those relationship going, you can move into DMs, and very quickly it can come to like potential leads if
Mm-hmm.
you do it consistently.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't have to have, I mean, the main thing is to get all the foundations right. So we
Mm-hmm.
know who you are, who you want to work with, what are your values, everything, what are your offers. So while the foundations are done, then
Mm-hmm.
everything can be built up. But it's very, I think the most amount of time it's usually spent on those foundations because they're so important and because everything is built on that. But when you have that done, when you have that clear picture in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
everything is easier because you know who you're talking to, you know who you are, everything becomes easier.
Great.
Yeah.
And are you comfortable talking about the prices? How much is my investment?
Yeah, that's fine. So for website copywriting, homepage plus 4 pages is £2,750. I
Mhm.
work in London, so I mean I live in London, so I charge in pounds.
Mhm.
Every additional page is £350. And if we talk about LinkedIn program, that's around 2,200, 2,400. It depends what the client needs and where the client is. And that's for a program which is 6 to 8 weeks. Also depends on the needs and where
Mhm.
the client is.
Great.
Yeah.
And now for the conclusion, what would you say was the most rewarding part of being an entrepreneur?
Of course, to get clients, to get business, to get money. That's one
Mhm.
part because we are in a business, so we want to, earn money. Um, and the next part is the people that I met.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel that I experienced like that amount of what else it's possible.
Yes.
Um, and I'm looking forward to what the future brings. Um,
I like that because I
yeah,
think that's. I also think that this meeting, this community, this meeting other people that can lead you, inspire you, or you can help them, or you can connect, and things like that are priceless. And
yeah,
it usually you don't get that in a 9 to 5 job, but
yeah,
doing like this and working on LinkedIn is this exactly opportunity that it gives us as entrepreneurs.
yes. And getting, you can connect from people all over the world and
Absolutely.
work with people all over the world.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the connections I created through LinkedIn lots of them are really amazing, and I would before I would never expect that, but it is great.
Mm.
So that's a really good part of it.
Yeah. Well, we're at the end. Any
Okay.
final thoughts? Yes.
I would just say, like, if there's any architects listening or people who are in the similar niche that architects, like interior designers or anything that's connected, it doesn't have to be like I talk to architects and focus on architects, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't work with like interior designer or structural engineer, or it's
Mhm.
connected. But if anybody who was listening to this find interesting or they want to get in contact with me, please just they can DM me or on LinkedIn. I'll be very happy to say hi and continue the conversation. And it was really nice because I also met you through the community we are in.
Yeah.
And I must say, as soon as I saw your T-shirt, which said "I love,"
Yeah.
um, I feel, what was it? I feel
Slovenia
I
or
feel
something.
love. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel love or something. It was I knew that's Slovenian T-shirt. You must be Slovenian, so I was like, I'm Slovenian as well. Yeah, you see, so we met on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your wisdom and your offer. And I hope somebody will reach out
thank
and have a great evening.
you too, and very, very thank you very much for your invitation. And we'll see you soon at the next meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Yeah. You too.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye.